What if I told you Marvel's biggest movie moments weren't just inspired by comics but by its animated past? From classic theme songs to meme-worthy moments, the MCU and Sony's SpiderVerse have paid tribute to the cartoons that started it all, and most fans didn't even notice. Whether it's Spider-Man's swinging tunes from the 60s or the X-Men's legendary hoverchair entrance, these nods are more than Easter eggs. They're love letters to Marvel's legacy. So if you're a true Marvel fan who grew up watching Saturday morning cartoons or binging 90s classics, smash that like button now. And subscribe to stay one step ahead of every hidden Marvel connection you never knew existed. Let's dive into the 10 times Marvel movies honored their animated roots and why each moment matters. 10 Spider-Man 1967 theme in Spider-Man. Let's start where it all began, with the webhead himself. In Spider-Man 2002, a street performer sings that iconic line, "Look out, here comes the Spider-Man." Then in Spider-Man 2, a violinist performs the full version, "Does Whatever a Spider Can." These are straight from the 1967 Spider-Man animated series, the show that introduced millions to the character's theme before the MCU even existed. Director Sam Raimi used these nods not just for nostalgia, but to remind us that Peter Parker has always been a folk hero, even before Iron Man built him a suit. And what makes it even cooler? These aren't background Easter eggs, they're part of the world Peter lives in. It's as if the whole city already believes in the legend of Spider-Man, just like the cartoons did decades ago. 9. Herby from the 1978 Fantastic Four series. Remember that adorable little robot from Fantastic Four First Steps? That's Herby, and he wasn't made for the MCU. He's a deep cut from the 1978 animated Fantastic Four show, where he replaced the Human Torch. Legal issues kept Johnny Storm off the team back then, so Herby became the unexpected star. Bringing him back in First Steps isn't just a funny callback, it's a respectful nod to Marvel's animated experiments that shaped canon in weird, wonderful ways. Herby even gets moments of comic relief and saves the day a few times, showing how far Marvel has come in honoring its entire legacy, even the obscure parts. 8. 1994 Fantastic Four theme Echo in First Steps. Still on the Fantastic Four, the 2025 movie didn't just revive old characters, it revived old music. The orchestral score subtly echoes the 90s animated series theme, specifically the chorus melody that shouted Fantastic Four in all its dramatic glory. It's not a copy, it's a transformation, one that bridges the boldness of the 90s with today's epic scale. And for fans who grew up with the Marvel Action Hour, hearing those musical motifs was like a hidden reward, proof that those childhood memories are still canon. 7. Footage from the 1967 Fantastic Four cartoon. Now this one is meta. In First Steps, characters are literally watching clips from the 1967 Fantastic Four cartoon, including a scene of Ben Grimm crashing through the air in clunky, charming vintage animation. It's Marvel saying, "We see where we came from, and we're proud of it." This self-awareness adds dimension to the movie, connecting the multiverse to real-world history. And it shows that the Fantastic Four aren't just MCU newcomers, they're legacy heroes who've existed in every form of Marvel media. 6. X-Men TAS theme in Miss Marvel. When Kamala Khan was revealed to have a mutant gene in Miss Marvel, Marvel didn't need words. They played a single musical cue, the X-Men the animated series theme, and fans lost it. That short sting said everything. Yes, Kamala is a mutant, yes, the X-Men are coming, and yes, Marvel hasn't forgotten its animated masterpiece from 1992. This was more than fan service, it was confirmation, a passing of the torch, and a musical teaser for what's to come. 5. Professor X in Multiverse of Madness. Speaking of the X-Men, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness gave us Patrick Stewart as Professor X, but not the version from the Fox movies. This time, he rolled in on a yellow hoverchair, backed by the animated series theme. Even his psychic effects mirrored the cartoon. It was Marvel's way of making X-Men TAS canon within the multiverse. And that, my friends, was multiversal storytelling done right. 4. Spider-Man pointing scene in No Way Home. In No Way Home, when Toby, Andrew, and Tom all meet in the lab, they point at each other. Confused, accusing, classic. That moment? A live-action recreation of the 1967 Spider-Man pointing meme, which started as an animation frame, became a meme, and now lives on in cinematic legend. Marvel didn't just use the meme, they gave it context, dialogue, and legacy. It's one of the funniest, most self-aware Marvel moments in recent memory. 3. Animated pointing in Into the Spider-Verse. Into the Spider-Verse gave the original meme its animated tribute. In the post-credits scene, Miguel O'Hara travels to Earth 67 and immediately gets into a pointing match with the original 60s animated Spider-Man. Old-school animation. Hilarious timing. It's the meme reborn in its original animated form. It was playful, it was accurate, and it showed how deeply Spider-Man's legacy reaches across media. 2. Multiversal pointing chaos in Across the Spider-Verse. Then Across the Spider-Verse said, "Let's make it chaos." Miguel yells, "Spider-Man, stop him!" And every Spider-Person turns and points at each other, in confusion. A multiversal meme moment was born. It's a full-circle tribute to the 1967 meme, scaled up for the modern age. And it proves, Marvel knows how to turn nostalgia into narrative gold. 1. Spectacular Spider-Man's comeback. Finally, the emotional peak. Across the SpiderVerse brought back Spectacular Spider-Man, voiced by Josh Keaton, in glorious 2D. He wasn't just a cameo. He spoke, he interacted, and he stood tall in a crowd of 3D variants. It was Marvel acknowledging that every version of Peter Parker, even the cancelled ones, matter. It was closure, and it was perfect. So whether you grew up watching Spider-Man swing through flat skylines, or followed the X-Men's battles against Magneto in animated glory, these moments prove one thing. Marvel's past still lives in its present. And every frame, animated or not, helped shape the heroes we see today. Drop your favorite animated Marvel moment in the comments, and tell us which one you want to see referenced next. If you spotted any of these animated callbacks in theaters, smash that like button now and subscribe.